move around.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Secretary General of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Latvia, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Estonia, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Slovenia, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Bulgaria, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Lithuania, the Prime Minister of Romania, the Prime Minister of the Slovak Republic, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
Thank you all. Thank you all. Good afternoon and welcome to the White House. 55 years ago, the representatives of 12 nations gathered here in Washington to sign the North Atlantic Treaty, which established the most successful military alliance in history. Today, we proudly welcome Bulgaria, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Romania, Slovakia, and Slovenia. We welcome them into the ranks of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. I want to thank the foreign and defense ministers of the new NATO members who are with us today. I want to thank the Prime Ministers of Albania, Croatia, and Macedonia who are with us today. Jopta Hoopskeffer is with us today, who is the Secretary General of NATO. Thank you for coming, Mr. Secretary General. Today marks a great achievement for each of the nations joining our alliance. All member nations of NATO must be free and democratic and fully committed to defending the principles of liberty. All member nations must be willing and able to contribute to the common defense of our alliance. Our 7 new members have built free institutions. They've increased their military capabilities in the span of a decade. They are stronger nations because of that remarkable effort. And the NATO alliance is made stronger by their presence. As President Truman said, by this treaty, we are not only seeking to establish freedom from aggression and from the use of force in the North Atlantic community, but we are also actively striving to promote and preserve peace throughout the world. Under NATO's banner, the nations of Europe put aside rivalries that had divided the continent for centuries. NATO members stood watch on freedom's borders for 2 generations of the Cold War. Because of NATO's vigilance, free people lifted the Iron Curtain and tore down the Berlin Wall and replaced dictators with democratic governments. In the aftermath of this victory, some questioned whether NATO could or should survive the end of the Cold War. Then the alliance proved its enduring worth by stopping ethnic cleansing in Bosnia and by ousting the armies of a tyrant in Kosovo. Some wondered whether NATO could adapt to the new threats of the 21st century. Those doubts were laid to rest on September the 12th, 2001, when NATO invoked, for the first time in its history, Article 5 of our Charter, which states that an attack against one NATO ally is an attack against all. Today, our alliance faces a new enemy, which has brought death to innocent people from New York to Madrid. Terrorists hate everything this alliance stands for. They despise our freedom. They fear our unity. They seek to divide us. they will fail. We will not be divided. Today, all 7 of these nations are helping to bring lasting freedom to Afghanistan and Iraq. Bulgaria provided refueling facilities during the early days of Operation Enduring Freedom and has deployed more than 400 soldiers to Iraq. Military engineers from Estonia and Latvia are helping to clear explosive devices from Iraq. Forces from Lithuania and Slovakia are helping to secure Iraq. Romanian troops have sacrificed their lives fighting terrorists in Afghanistan. Troops from Slovenia are serving in the international force that is protecting the city of Kabul in Afghanistan. Forces from Albania and Croatia and Macedonia are also contributing in Afghanistan or Iraq, proving their mettle as they aspire to NATO membership. These 3 nations, joined together under the Adriatic Charter, are building strong democracies at home that can contribute to NATO efforts abroad. The United States supports these efforts. The door to NATO will remain open until the whole of Europe is united in freedom and in peace. And Europe, once a source of global conflict, is now a force for stability and peace. Our great transatlantic alliance has met and overcome grave dangers in the past. And our work in NATO is not done. In the past, many assumed that NATO represented a pledge that America would come to the aid of Europe. Today, by our words and by our actions, we know that NATO means much more. It is a solemn commitment that America and Europe are joined together to advance the cause of freedom and peace. NATO is acting to meet the challenges of our time. NATO forces are securing Afghanistan. NATO ships are patrolling the Mediterranean. And NATO is supporting the Polish-led division in Iraq. NATO is widening the circle of its friends by creating a new chapter in our relationship with Russia. NATO members are reaching out to the nations of the Middle East to strengthen our ability to fight terror and to provide for our common security. And we're discussing how we can support and increase the momentum of freedom in the greater Middle East. Our unity and our commitment to freedom carried us to victory in the Cold War. And they showed us the way to victory in the war on terror. Together, Europe and America can lead peaceful nations against the dangers of our time. Europe and America can advance freedom and give hope and support to those who seek to lift the yoke of isolation and fear and oppression. That is the mission that history has set for NATO, this great and confident alliance of 26 nations. And we proudly accept this mission. May God bless you all.